6 weeks in a row, my number one bet has hit. Let's make it week number 7 here, guys, with UFC London. How we doing, everybody? My name is Young Pasty, aka the White Boy Wonder, here today to give you all of my official bets for the card coming up this weekend. I'm going to give you all of my leans, so bets and plays I'm considering. I'll throw y'all a couple long shot parlays, and I'll give you my stayaways, so bets and plays I recommend you stay away from. Now, as we always do, guys, I got to recap last week. Results are coming up right here. And, the number one bet hit, and the other ones did not. Ryan Spann got bullied and handled at heavyweight. Nurgaje spoiled the 3-pick parlay. I don't think anybody saw him getting submitted. Zaleski got chinned. I thought he could at least make it to decision, but nope. And then lastly, Kurt Holloway. Come on now, guys. None of the judges gave him one round? I thought that was a little suspect, but anywho. At the end of the day, we take a loss last week, minus 2.443 units. Bet number 1 has hit, so let's just take that little bit of positive, momentum and spark from last week and move it on to this week. Okay, we're going to have bet number 1 hit for the 7th time in a row. If you're new to the channel, come on now. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Bet number 1 has been hitting. If you just want to play bet number 1, then freaking do it. You know what I mean? I usually hit 5-6 bets a week. So, lastly, my Patreon is free. Links in the description. That's where you can get all of my bets and plays when I actually put them in and get the odds when they're good, because they usually sway in the opposite way, and you'll see that here with a couple of bets this week. Now, without further ado, the best bets for UFC London. Bet number 1 on the 6-week win streak. Looking to make it week number 7 here with another 2-pick parlay. We got Guram Kudalase plus Carlos Ulberg. Minus 134. We are putting 1.5 units on it. It's currently sitting at minus 152, so that's still a playable number. Both of these guys are going to get the job done. Let's go over each of them. Guram. Welcome to Guram's Gulag Fernandez, okay? He's going to take care of business over Quiet Fernandez. This guy hasn't really shown me much. He has a bit of experience in his Brazilian, so I guess those are the few things I like about him. But Guram is tough, has a really great cardio. I think he actually ends up getting the KO over Fernandez, because once Fernandez gets to the ground on his back, he's no good. And what's Guram going to do? Take him to Guram's Gulag, on the ground, on the mat, KO, elbows and ground and pound. Or maybe a tough fought decision. Don't really see that though. Yeah, Guram by KO. And then secondly, Carlos Ulberg going up against an old man, Jan Blachowicz. Yeah, man, I think it's Carlos Ulberg's time. The Black Jag is going to pounce, and he's on the rise, and he's going to continue to go up in the rankings here. It's just tough because Jan, 2 years off almost, 42 years old. Yes, he had a hard fought and almost arguably won against Alex Pereira, okay? So I'm not going to knock him for that, but it's just I think his time's come here. Carlos Ulberg will be able to handle business, get the decision win. So put both of those boys together. Minus 134, we're putting 1.5 units on it. That is my best and most confident bet of the week. Let's make week number 7 here for bet number 1 hitting. Let's go. Bet number 2. Now, bet number 2 has been killing me, guys. So I thought Alex Pereira would save us. Nope. I thought Ryan Spann, Superman, would save us. Nope. But this week, we're going with the hometown advantage with the heavyweight boy, Mick Parkin. Plus 120. We are putting 1 unit on it. Come on, Mick Parkin. Save us. Save us with bet number 2 here. This is currently sitting at minus 125. And that's why I said subscribe to the Patreon. First off, it's free. Secondly, you can get these odds when they're good. So look, obviously it's flipped, right? Now he's a favorite. We got him at underdog odds. So that's great. Yeah, Mick Parkin. Another guy going up against another older guy. So going up against Tybura, looking older. He really didn't look too good against Spivak in his last match. Got subbed pretty easy. And Mick Parkin is a grinder. He is down to, strike and put you down on the mat and hold you there for 3 rounds. I think that's what's going to happen, right? He's going to get his takedown every single round, hold Tybura to the ground. Tybura won't be able to get up. He'll roll with Tybura's, sweeps and, shuffles and trying to get up, and Mick Parkin will hold him down, get some nice work in on the ground. So I think it's a good underdog play. Mick Parkin, plus 120. Again, as I was saying, he's currently sitting at minus 125. If you're looking around at the books, you might be able to find him at Pick'em odds, which is still pretty good too. And minus 125 still isn't a bad number either. I'd still roll with that as well. Like if he opened up at minus 125, I'd still be all over that too. So yeah, Mick Parkin, plus 120. We are putting 1 unit on it. Bet number 3. A 3-pick parlay. What do you think we're doing here, guys? We do it every week. Bet number 3 is the 3-pick parlay. 3 solid picks that we put together to get a good number. So we'll go over all 3 of them, all right? Leg number 1, we got CLD, Christian Leroy Duncan, not the other. Second leg, we got Lanier Kavanagh. And the third leg, we have the over 2.5 rounds in the Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady fight. Put all 3 of these legs together. We're sitting at minus 110. We're putting 1 unit on it. It's also currently sitting at minus 110, so you can get these odds at the same odds that I got them at. Pretty nice, right? Now, we'll go over each leg. CLD going up against this, Russian tall guy and, coming up from the Dana White Contender Series. Is he a heavy, unjustified favorite? Yes, but he will end up winning. And I think it's by KO, too. So, second, Lanier Kavanagh. Now, he does have a tough fight going against Dos Santos. This guy's a tough guy. Very tough guy. Obviously, you've seen he's gone all 3 rounds with all 3 of his opponents. And looked okay, but ultimately got bodied on the ground. And I think and hope Lanier Kavanagh has watched his tape and takes advantage of that. So he should get the job done. He's sitting at like minus 298, so a nice little parlay piece if you're looking to maybe mix him in with other pieces as well. And the last leg, over 2.5 rounds for the Edwards versus Brady fight. I mean, come on now. Leon Edwards has gone to decision in over 2.5 rounds in the last 5 fights. So what do we expect here? He's going to do the same thing. Sean Brady's a tough customer. He's not just going to knock out Sean Brady or take him out, within the first 3 rounds. That's not going to happen, man. So over 2.5 rounds, it should be another solid parlay piece if you're looking to add that to others as well. But yeah, all 3 of these together, minus 110. We are putting 1 unit on it. Let's go. Bet number 4. I like this one a lot. Man, I love all my plays, actually, this week. This one's pretty good, too. This is a sneaker, okay? So we got Leon Edwards plus 9.5 on the scorecards. And the over 2.5 rounds in the Tomar versus Bannon fight. The Puja Tomar versus Shauna Bannon fight. Minus 132, we are putting 1 unit on it. This is also sitting at minus 132 currently, so you can get these odds at the same as well. We'll go over each leg. Leon Edwards plus 9.5. Basically, as long as each judge gives Leon Edwards 1 round, and then Sean Brady the other, Sean Brady can win 4 rounds on all of the judges' scorecards as long as Leon Edwards wins 1 for every judge. If that's the case, we're going to hit that bet. Basically, the plus 9.5 on the spread for the scorecard. This fight's going to go to decision, guys. Leon Edwards and Sean Brady, neither of them are going to take out each other, right? These guys are elite competition. I just don't see a finish happening in that fight. And I think people are sleeping on Leon Edwards, and this is going to be a closer fight than people assume, so I don't even think we're going to need the plus 9.5. The plus 5.5, I think, is a solid play, too. I think that's sitting at minus 165, so if you're looking to play that, you could play that straight up. But yeah, man, Leon Edwards, I think he ultimately wins the fight, to be honest with you. But we'll take the plus 9.5 in case he has an off night or things don't go his way. But he can win 1 round. Secondly, the over 2.5 rounds in the Puja Tomar and Shauna Bannon fight. Come on now. Both of these girls are not finishers. They're going to go and they're going to be standing on the feet the whole time or maybe against the cage, right? And take this to decision. So, put both of these legs together. Minus 132. We're putting 1 unit on it. Bet number 5. We have Morgan Charriere. I'm probably saying that wrong. Charriere. Morgan Charriere or Charriere. I got him at minus 170, and we're putting 1.5 units on it. He's actually sitting at a way better number right now. He's currently sitting at minus 148. This is one of the rare occasions where I put a bet in and the odds actually go the opposite way, but I'm still confident in this play. I do not understand the money coming in on Nathaniel Wood. Morgan Charriere, I think, has all the advantages and has a path of victory to win this fight, man. First off, like I said in my picks video, right? Nathaniel Wood's out here getting decisions. Morgan Charriere is out here getting finishes. And he went 3 rounds with Chepe and almost arguably won that fight, right? Put Chepe up against Nathaniel Wood. Who's going to win that? Chepe, right? And I think, again, Morgan ultimately beat. It was so close, right? It was a close fight. But to say you went 3 rounds with Chepe and made it really, really close, where people are leaning on either side, that's something to put stock into. So, minus 148, great number. If you guys want to, I'd be hopping all over that right now. So, but I already got a bet in. 1.5 units, minus 170 for Morgan Charriere. Yeah, I mean, he has the better movement, has better power, he has good striking, good leg kicks. I think he's better in the grappling department, and wrestling department than Nathaniel Wood is. But it's going to be a good matchup. It's a really good matchup. They did a good job there. So, yeah, Morgan Charriere, minus 170. We are putting 1.5 units on it. Those are the official bets for UFC London. So, pick and choose which ones you want. Pick all of them. It's up to you. But we move on to our leans. So these are bets and plays I'm considering, but I have not put official money on yet. So that's why you gotta, number 1, follow the Twitter. Number 2, subscribe to the Patreon. And number 3, take a look at this video here consistently. If I do add any plays, I'll put them in the comments. So first, let's go over some fighters I like that I don't have official plays on yet, but potentially will. First is Herbert. He's sitting at minus 110. I think I might pull the trigger if he ends up going to an underdog. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the case, but I think he has a pretty solid chance against Taco Padilla. I think a lot of people are putting stock into Taco Padilla, and I've watched his past fights, and I'm like, yeah, he won them, but they weren't like extremely impressive and not against, pretty good competition. Jai Herbert's losses in the UFC are coming against, Ilia Topuria, Renato Moicano, like some pretty good competition, you know what I mean? So he's longer, he has better kickboxing. I think as long as he's able to keep the reach, don't let Taco Padilla wrestle him to the ground, he'll be able to take the fight. Alexia Thainara, sitting at minus 185. Yo, this prospect, she's something different, man. She's something different. She's tough. She comes forward pressure. She'll win the pressure battle over Molly McCann, which if you win the pressure battle over Molly McCann, you are usually going to win the fight because you can't let Molly run all over you. You can't. She'll just keep running over you and end the fight. So, Alexia showed great cardio, great power in her Dana White Contender Series debut. She's a favorite in her UFC debut for a reason over Molly McCann, a tough vet. So, Alexia Thainara, minus 185. Lastly, my boy Chris Duncan sitting at plus 310. I'm kind of waiting on this number, right? It's been increasing. We're sitting at plus 310 now. I think it was at plus 280 and 275 here the past few days. So he has a solid chance against Vucenic, man. He does. I think he's more powerful. He's versed on the ground, right? People discredit him. They think he's just some scrub on the ground because he got subbed here in the past by Manuel Torres. But come on now. Manuel Torres, that guy's a first-round killer. You know what I mean? I just think he's tough. I think he just has all these unorthodox ways to come out with wins and fights. Knockout power. On the ground, he's all right. I think that, Vucenic is obviously going to shoot takedowns, try and take that path for a submission. And that could happen, right? Chris Duncan could get caught in a sub, but the money line's sitting at plus 310. I don't think the odds, I don't think Vucenic should be favored that much. You know what I mean? So plus 310 on an underdog like Chris Duncan, I think it might be worth a shot. So next, we have some round props that I like. Pulling them up now. First one is the over 4.5 for the Leon Edwards and Sean Brady fight, sitting at minus 210, as I said before. These guys are elite fighters, right? None of them are going to finish each other. The over 4.5 rounds is likely to happen. So minus 210, over 2.5 rounds for the Carlos Ulberg fight. We saw Jan Blachowicz go the distance with Alex Pereira. He's going to do the same with Carlos Ulberg. Jan's a tough guy to take out. I don't think Ulberg's going to get a knockout. However, I do think it goes to decision, right? I put a lot of stock into that last fight. He's going to distance with Alex Pereira. He can go distance with Carlos Ulberg. Excuse me. Next, the under 2.5 for the Thainara versus Molly McCann fight. Yeah, sitting at plus 180. This is a good little single play if you want to put it in. I think one of these girls can get a finish. We've seen Molly McCann get finishes in her career. And Thainara, she looked pretty damn good, and I think she'll be able to take out Molly McCann. She got that hittable face, dude, and susceptible on the ground and, subpar defense. I like Molly Meatball McCann, so don't get me wrong, right? But either of them could get the finish here. Plus 180, sitting at, under 2.5, sitting at plus 180. Excuse me, my gosh. Next, we have the over 2.5 for the Fletcher and Loughran fight. These guys went decision in their amateur careers. I see it happening again. Minus 230. Under 1.5 for the Christian Leroy Duncan fight. Yeah, I see him getting a knockout, dude. Plus 130. That number is better than the Christian Leroy Duncan knockout. So even if that Russian dude comes out with a win early, this could still hit. So I think it's live. CLD could get a knockout in the first or early in the second, sitting at plus 130. And lastly, for my round props, the over 2.5 for the Mick Parkin fight, sitting at minus 166. In my predictions and my bet here, as I said, Mick Parkin's going to make this fight dirty. Get it to the ground, get ground control, beat him up on the ground for 3 rounds. He's going to take it to decision. Tybura? Did I just say Tybura? Yes, right guy. Yeah, Tybura is tough, man. Tybura is a tough customer, so I don't think he's just going to knock him out easy. So, yeah, Mick Parkin going to take this fight to decision. Over 2.5 rounds is live, minus 166. We move on to the fighter props. Pulling them up. I like these plays a lot here. You could put these in as singles. A lot of these numbers are actually not too bad. First is the Gunnar KO. I think he takes out Fernandez. Parkin decision. Set it about 8 times now, sitting at plus 210. Now, I do like Chris Duncan, sitting at plus 310. But what you could do, you could put a play in on Chris Duncan at plus 310. You could put a play in for Vucenic sub at plus 225. Sub/decision is at minus 155. You could still put like a larger bet in on sub/decision and then, kind of a little tiny bet in, a sprinkle on Chris Duncan. So I think that's all live, man. I think that's all live. Thainara KO plus 800. Yeah, I think she finishes her, dude. I think she takes her down to the ground, gets some nice elbows and strikes in, and I think she finishes Molly McCann, dude. I think Molly McCann gets bloodied up. I think there's just going to be a corner in the octagon full of her blood. KO/sub is sitting at plus 260, so that's a good number too, if you think she gets a finish. Next, we got Leon Edwards. By decision, sitting at plus 240. That gets you a little better of a number if you think that he wins by decision. He's sitting at like plus 130 right now, so it gets you a little more, get you some better odds if you think he does that. KO is sitting at plus 650. KO is live. We saw Sean Brady get KO by Bilal Muhammad. We saw Leon Edwards KO Kamaru Usman with a nice freaking leg kick. You know what I mean? So it's possible. It's possible. It's not impossible. On the flip side, Brady decision is sitting at plus 140. If you want to get a better number and you're on the Sean Brady side, I would go that route at plus 140. He's not submitting Leon, okay? He is not submitting Leon. Just get that out of your brain. So that would be crazy, but and that number is not good enough. So, yeah, Brady decision plus 140. Lastly, on my fighter props that I like, we have Morgan KO sitting at plus 350. This guy's a highlight reel. This guy's nasty, has power, right? And other than the Chepe fight, he has knockouts in the UFC. And I think that he can find a way to take out Nathaniel Wood. Whether that be ground and pound, whether that be with a flying knee or a shot, whether that be an elbow in the cage. I think he can get it done, man. So Morgan KO plus 350. Those are all the leans that I like. Next, we'll move into the long shot parlay section. I know you guys love this section. We're bound to hit one, okay? We are due. The past couple weeks, we've hit a leg here, 2 legs here, but haven't fully hit one. Again, I usually like all the plays I put in these parlays, as singles too, so you can always look at that. But let's pull up the first one. Longshot parlay number 1. It's sitting at plus 1,737. So 17-1 odds. Here are the 3 legs. You see them there. We got Carlos Ulberg by decision. We got Mick Parkin by decision. And we got Morgan by decision. I'll put all those 3 together. 17-1 plus 1737. This is the decision parlay. Now, Morgan KO is in my leans, but I think he gets it done by decision. KO is live. KO is live. So don't get that out of your brain. I think he could find a spot. But Nathaniel Wood is a tough customer, so that's why I put it in the long shot parlay as a decision. We went over the Mick Parkin decision, and we went over the Carlos Ulberg decision in the round props. So I like all 3 of these plays. Put them all together, plus 1,737. So, now if you don't like this one, I got another one for you. Long shot parlay number 2. Okay? Now, don't be putting crazy money on it. You know what I mean? These are long shot parlays. So you put a little sprinkle in on them. You know what I mean? So long shot parlay number 2 is sitting at plus 610. Here are the 3 legs. We have Lanier Kavanagh by decision. We have Christian Leroy Duncan by knockout. And then we have the fight to not go the distance in the Molly McCann versus Alexia fight. Lanier Kavanagh. Dos Santos is a tough customer. I think that fight goes to decision. You've seen him go to decision with all other 3 people, and I would arguably say that Kavanagh is on or below the same level of those people. So, Lanier by decision. Secondly, CLD KO. He is going to find the chin. Okay, if he does not, and he wins this by decision, it's not going to be a good look for him. He might be out of the UFC, so he really needs to put on here. So CLD by KO. Lastly, the fight to not go the distance in the Molly McCann versus Alexia fight. Come on now. Like I just said before, one of these girls are going to find a knockout, man. I know it. And with the fight to not go the distance, you get that little extra half round in the 3rd round for somebody to find a finish. Late 3rd round finish. So put all 3 of these together, sitting at plus 610. Now, as I said, I like all these legs. So if you want to mix and match, if you don't like one leg and you want to replace it with another, go ahead. You know, I don't mind that at all. But these are the plays that I put in. Last section here, guys. We move on to the stayaways. So these are bets and plays I recommend you do not put your hard-earned money on. It's just unquestionable, too volatile. Just don't do it. I just don't. Okay? First one is the Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland fight. Just avoid everything in that in general. The money line, the round props, the fighter props, just stay away. Like, Kevin Holland, yes, he does not look good and he's trash. But Gunnar Nelson is inactive and really, yes, he's looked okay, but he's not like some elite threat in the UFC. And Kevin Holland's an underdog, and there's just too many variables and X factors and scenarios, and no thank you. I'll just sit back and watch that one. So avoid the Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland fight. Next is the Vucenic versus Duncan round props. Yeah, I would avoid this. I expect maybe a finish to happen, but you never know. Duncan's a tough guy. Vucenic is tough too. We saw he went up against Loughran, ultimately lost, but went all 3 rounds with him. If a finish happens, I don't know when or how. You know what I mean? So, just avoid the round props there. I lean Chris Duncan, sitting at plus 310. And I do, again, like I said, I like the Vucenic sub/decision. So lastly, stayaways is the Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Charriere round props. Okay? I do think Morgan Charriere could find a KO, or I think he could take it to the distance. It's just both of those possibilities are live to me. I think it's a 50-50 between both of them. So I'm going to avoid the round props because if a finish happens, you need to be on the right side of the round props, right? So same thing with a decision. Avoiding the Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Charriere round props. All right, guys. We went over all the best bets. We went over all the leans. I gave you my long shot parlays, and we went over the stayaways, which means that is the end of the video. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Appreciate your support again. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Support goes a long way. Patreon is free. Links in the description. Get those bets and plays at the good odds when I put them in. And let's make some money this week, guys. Bet number 1, let's make it 7 weeks in a row. And then let's hit all the other bets, okay? Let's hit all the other bets too. So, Young Pasty, out. Let's make some cash, guys.